The liberal ideologies of America, where the LGBT are concerned, are not sitting well in Jamaica. Diplomatic tensions have emerged after Jamaica denied accreditation for an American diplomat's same sex spouse. It should be noted that same sex marriage is not recognized in Jamaica. MP for Choiseul Saltibus Bradley Felix says urgent discussions need to take place on a regional front, as the issue of same sex marriage cannot be ignored or avoided any longer.
I think America needs to actually respect the fact that in Jamaica it is against the law, and they should respect the position that Jamaica has put forward with regards to not being ready to accept, that from a diplomatic position. But I think what it means for us in the Caribbean is that we need to start that discussion very earnestly, in earnest, because it's going to come to our doorstep pretty soon.
In an act of retaliation, the United States rejected separate requests from Jamaica to extend the stay of 3 diplomats staying at the Jamaican embassy and consulate in the United States. They were instructed to leave the country immediately following the expiration of their 5-year diplomatic visas.
We have seen the stand that the Americans have taken by revoking a number of visas of the diplomats and things. Serious concerns?
I think that's very unfortunate. That's been very high-handed, and that is either our way or no way. So, I mean, Jamaica has had these diplomatic relationships with the United States for forever. And now, because the government has taken a position, because it's not in keeping with their laws, that America will now turn around and say, when the visa comes up for renewal, they will not renew it, and they'll send. So, I think it's very, very unfortunate. But it's lessons for all of us in the Caribbean. Open our eyes and see what's coming at our doorstep.
LGBTQ rights and laws in many Caribbean and African nations are highly controversial, with many countries maintaining traditional archaic laws against same-sex relationships and marriage. Felix has called for an assessment of the influence of industrialized nations like the United States, he fears, may abuse their powers by bullying smaller dependent nations into accepting ideologies that do not align with the majority's consensus.
The role some of these bigger countries that we depend on, how they might respond, how they might decide to squeeze us into accepting, some of these norms that they have accepted. But as a region, I think that conversation is way past due, because we see it all over social media. We see it in the news, how this new I don't know if I want to call it a new lifestyle has just been been imposed all over the place. But it's a conversation that we need to start, and we need to be united in our position from both opposition and a government position. We must be united in that in that conversation, because at the end of the day, we're small countries, we are Christian countries, and we have to look at the implications of some of these things.
Felix is hopeful that these diplomatic tensions between Jamaica and the United States will serve as a catalyst for initiating discussions and creating a unified regional stance on LGBTQ rights to prevent further instances of bullying or intimidation between nations concerning sensitive issues.